What's up, Moto fans? Michael here at Moto Machines, and today we're going to be taking our post-exhaust and post-tune Daytona 675R over to R&R Cycles for another dyno run, and we're going to see how she does. So we're heading over to R&R Cycles right now so we can get our bike on the dyno. Again, big shout out to them for helping us with this. And if you're in the Northern Virginia area and you need service work done on your motorcycle, be sure to hit them up. They're a great bunch of guys to work with, and they've never let me down. I've taken things from suspension to just general maintenance items to them, and they've always knocked it out of the park. So again, big shout out to them, and obligatory, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as well. It gives us feedback that we need to know and how we're doing on the videos, and it's always greatly appreciated as well. So if you watched the last couple Daytona 675R videos that we've been putting out, which have been the Scorpion exhaust as well as the Rabid Bike Evo module, you'll know that we saved approximately 10 pounds over the stock exhaust with the Scorpion exhaust, which is absolutely fantastic. And Scorpion only claimed a bump of about 1 horsepower, which isn't much, but that weight savings is absolutely fantastic. And then we also installed the Rabid Bike Evo module. So it is very similar to a Power Commander. They kind of do the same thing. It's an auto tune basically, and the bike will take the AFR values from the O2 sensor and then basically intercept the signal to the ECU and tell the bike what it should be doing rather than what it is doing. So it basically automatically tunes your bike as you ride it. And the other thing we did, which is kind of like the trifecta between the exhaust and the tune, is a DNA air filter as well. And that is going to significantly improve airflow over the stock one. Again, you can watch those videos on our YouTube channel. I put cards up on the screen that you'll see every now and then. So if you're interested in that, click on one of those as well. Now, as far as power being made, I do think that we're gonna see approximately a 7 to 8 horsepower bump, mainly because the exhaust is more free-flowing, the air filter is more free-flowing, and then that Rabid Bike Evo module is going to adjust those parameters properly, and then we'll get a safe running engine that is also making a little bit more power. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, I think with that so-called trifecta of parts, I'm going to be a bit optimistic. I'm going to say a 10 horsepower boost. It's probably too optimistic, but I think the Rabid Bike will really make the difference here, especially with the new exhaust, which will make everything flow so much smoother. Regardless of the power increase, I do think it's going to make power delivery and overall riding of the bike a lot smoother and a lot more natural. At least that's what I'm hoping, because, you know, stock bikes are tuned in a certain way for emissions and things that kind of make them not good. So yeah, I'm very excited to see the difference here, and to hear the bike on the dyno is going to be sweet as well.
Yeah, that thing's gonna sound pretty sick on the dyno. I do think he's right about the smoothness of the throttle application, because Triumph is very well known for producing really smooth bikes from the factory, but sometimes it can be a little too smooth and you don't get that snappy throttle that you want. So we're really excited to see what this basically does. But we're almost there, so we'll check back in with you and then get that thing up there. We are back at R&R Cycles. Again, big shout out to them for helping us with this. We got the Daytona warming up here, and then we're gonna throw it on the dyno and see what she does. on our way back from R&R Cycles now, and it was pretty interesting. With the Scorpion exhaust, the DNA air filter, and the Rabid Bike Evo module, we saw a gain of 2 torque as well as 3 horsepower. Now, that's not nearly what we were thinking we were gonna see, but it kind of makes sense because the bike hasn't had time to run with the Rabid Bike Evo module. Now that module is, since it is a self-learning unit, it needs time to adapt. And that was maybe the second time that we turned the bike on. And the first time it was rolling with that module. And then we also have like 6 or 7 month old gas in that thing. And while it's not necessarily bad for it to be running, we aren't gonna necessarily see the amount of power that we were expecting with old gas and while the system is still learning. But all that being said, the torque down low has drastically improved. He said it felt a lot better. And then also the air to fuel ratios have kind of evened out. It's still a little lean, but it's nowhere near as lean as it was from the factory. So that's all great to see. But Andrew, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I guess we were both way too optimistic with what we originally guessed. But that makes sense, like Michael said, with the Rabid Bike just being put on, and we never ran the bike or anything, it's still learning. And it is just a plug-in unit, and we're not doing any like specific fueling adjustments or anything like that. So yeah, it wasn't a huge power gain, but it was something. And like Michael said, Rick did notice a difference, and he seemed positive about it because we gained power and torque throughout the power range, which is all we really need. We want to see that kind of improvement. But yeah, it'll be interesting to try it with when it learns more. See what the dyno does after that, and then also try new base maps from Rabid Bike so we can mess around with that and see if we can get a little bit more power here or there.
Okay, so after further examination of the dyno graph, we actually got a little bit more power than we were thinking we did. If we look here on the graph, while it does say a max power, this is before and after, green is before, blue is after, all the modifications. We see that it says max power at 109 and max power at 112, and that is in relation to this here, this peak power bump. But when we actually take a look here, and the reason Rick said it felt a lot faster is because we got a 6.5 horsepower bump right here in the mid-range, which is where it matters most. So from 7,000 RPM approximately to 11,000 RPM, we see a gradual but also a pretty big climb in power, which is great because that's where you're really going to be using all that power. This 3 up top is only really good for when you're going down the straight and stuff, but coming out of corners on track, this mid-range bump is what we want to see. And that's what's so great about the triple engine, is because you get that beefy mid-range power compared to a standard inline 4. But that's all we got for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in more content like this, hit that bell notification to stay up to date on all the latest Moto Machines madness. Ride safe.